Today I'm talking about tip number 1 in my For Sale by Owner marketing toolkit, which is pricing your home correctly. Hey everybody, this is Matt Stone with Coldwell Banker and First North Real Estate Team. Today we're going to be talking about the first part in a 10-part series for people who are trying to sell their home on their own. We call them For Sale by Owner or FSBO, and this 10-part series is going to help people to get their home on the market and sell it hopefully for the most money possible and the best terms for the seller. Before we get into it, I kind of want to talk about the idea of selling your home on your own versus putting your home up for sale. To me, there's a pretty big difference. When you put your home up for sale, you put your home on the market, for sale is kind of a description of what your home is. It's for sale. But it's pretty passive. And then you've got selling your home, which is action. When you put your home up for sale, I think a lot of homeowners, home sellers, are expecting the buyers to do all of the work. They're expecting them to find the house by driving around, expecting them to ask all the right questions, expecting them to know the market, to look at comparisons, expecting them to know and do all the paperwork, all the negotiating, all the things that will bring about the sale of the home. When you are selling your home, you're really trying to make it as easy as possible for a buyer to end up with your home, to buy your home on your terms and for your price. Now, a couple years ago, it was a little bit different. You could almost write for sale on a paper plate, stick it on your mailbox, and within a couple of days, you'd probably have a few people looking at your house, and maybe by the weekend, you'd have a couple of offers. But that has changed a lot with rising interest rates, the cooling market, a lot of different factors. Now, the key, in my opinion, to getting your home sold for the right price and on your terms is to be prepared. So, how do you be prepared? Well, that's what these 10 steps are about. And today, we're going to be talking about pricing your home correctly. All right, pricing your home correctly is really critical. It's probably why it's number 1 in my list, and it should be the first thing that you're really thinking about as well. Very few buyers drive around and just have this love at first sight when they see your house. When they're driving around, they're driving around for a purpose. They need a house. And yours is one of the homes that they've seen. So with that in mind, it's critical that you understand the seller's market that you're in. So you understand what the competition is, how much they're selling their homes for, terms, things like that. And then it's also important that you understand the buyer's market that we are in. And many times sellers think the market is one way and buyers think the market is another way, but they're rarely on the exact same page. And usually, in my experience, it's the buyers who are determining what market we are in. Buyers are the demand who are creating the price fluctuations in the market. And I always think of this an analogy here. So, imagine that you have a snow removal business. You've got the best equipment, you've got hard workers. You're really, really good at it. But you live in Miami. Well, it really doesn't matter what your supply is and what your capabilities are. There's no demand. So you won't have any business. Now, change that up to living in Buffalo, New York, or Minnesota, or here in Utah. Well, you don't even have to have the best equipment and the best people. We have a large demand for snow removal in these areas, and so you're going to get phone calls. You're going to get business. Think of it in those terms when you're putting your house up for sale. You really want to choose a price that is determined by data and the current market, and not just by your emotional connection to your home, the memories, the upgrades that you put in 5-10 years ago, or your personal need for a specific price to buy the next house, move out of state, whatever your plans are. You want to do pretty extensive comparisons to other homes in your market, in your area, other homes that are of similar size, similar bedrooms, similar features, similar type neighborhood, because those are the homes that buyers are going to be actively seeking out. And buyers are rarely just driving around looking for sale by owners. We'll get into what kind of buyers you're going to get when you go this direction in one of the later segments. But when buyers are driving around, they're looking for a home that fits their needs: neighborhood, location, price, proximity to work, schools, bedrooms, how big the yard is, will it work for their dog, all those types of things. So when you are comparing homes, don't just compare it against other homes that are for sale by owner. Look at the whole market. And don't just look at the competition price. Also look at what terms. How much earnest money do they require? What type of closing dates do they want? Inspection schedules. When are the owners going to be out of the home? When can the buyers take possession and move in? These are all factors that play into the price. Now, to get this information, you're going to have to do some digging. You're going to need to get online. You're going to need to maybe create some accounts with real estate websites. You're going to want to definitely tour a number of homes so that you can see what kind of condition they're in and what kind of competition you and your home are up against. Now, another thing you want to really consider when you're pricing your home is to have a contingency for a price adjustment depending on how the market is shifting. It'll be pretty easy for you to understand, how your home is faring in the market based on the amount of traffic that you're getting. A home that is priced correctly is going to get its share of traffic, no matter what the market is. A couple of years ago, a home that was priced correctly might get 40 or 50 showings in a weekend. In a normal market, the first weekend, they might get 4 or 5, maybe up to 10 showings if your home is priced correctly. So in addition to the traffic you're getting, you're going to want to look at the local real estate stats, see how long houses have been on the market before they are under contract or before they're sold. You want to look at kind of what traffic most other houses are getting. You're going to want to look at things like price per square foot, any seller concessions and things like that. And you want to check almost daily. I certainly do, because the market can shift very quickly, especially when you get to seasonal changes. There's a big difference in the housing market between winter and spring, and then again between spring and summer. And then we see a considerable drop-off in showings and prices as we go from fall, certainly into winter. Now, lastly, when you are considering how to price your home, you really want to use a net sheet. Now, you don't have to use a formal one. You can look on the internet, Google, real estate net sheet or home selling net sheet, and you'll find all kinds of resources out there. But this allows you to go through, how much do you still owe on your home? Do you have any lines of credit taken out on a second mortgage? How much your closing costs going to be? What other seller concessions are you willing to put in there? Like, are you going to provide a home warranty? Things like that. And that will give you an actual bottom line of what you're going to net, what the net proceeds from the sale of your house are going to be. And then you can look at, well, where can we make adjustments? Can we offer more to the buyers of this home? Can we adjust the price if we need to? Are we way out of our league when it comes to getting what we want or what we need for the house? So I think it's really important not to just, again, go off of your emotions or we think we can get this amount, but to really look at the numbers, look at the data, and see where you need to price your house. So I hope you found some value in this video. The next one that I'm going to create in my series of for sale by owner marketing tips is going to be how to actually prepare your home to be put up on the market and to start having people come over, tour it, in hopes to make an offer on it. If you have any questions about what we've talked about today, put it in the comments. I'll respond quickly. And if you would rather, you can reach out to me directly and we can talk about your specific situation and I'll help you in any way that I can. So until the next video, good luck with all of your real estate goals.